PartinG, SOS, 강호, 로로, Innovation, Bomber, Symbol, 2013 WCS Korea Season 1, MANGOSIX GSL, Code S, Round 8.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the Round of 8, Day 1 here at the GSL Code S. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty fantastically, I'd say, Tasteless. We have two amazing matches today. I'm so excited for both. I'm looking to steal some new builds.
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking to see some great games.
It's going to be great.
Couldn't be
I
happier.
love all parts of the GSL, but once we get to the Round of 8, that's where I really start to get excited.
Yeah.
Because, you know, all the games are so good. We go from best of 3s to best of 5s. It's sick.
Yeah.
I love it.
You have a very nice haircut, by the way.
Thank you.
I need a
I just
haircut
got
so
it done.
badly. So badly.
It's okay. By next GSL day, are you going to be ready with a haircut?
I have to
We've been
be.
getting in trouble with our makeup lady.
Yeah.
Because
You should have seen how long it took her to try to make me look not crazy with the amount of hair I have right now.
I was getting my hair almost as long as it was when I was in college, man. I was getting
Yeah. That was a different time, Tasteless. That doesn't go anymore.
my Greek curly locks
Yeah.
are coming out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Thank you for the haircut compliment.
Yeah.
But on to today's games. We got some amazing players playing today. PartinG. I think you really can't ask for a better Protoss than that. I'm also
Well, if you
curious.
could, it might be SOS.
That's true
who's
as well.
also playing.
The Neo Seed.
Yeah, the Shin Seed. We, of course, have Kongho, a.k.a. Lucera.
Yep.
Great Zerg, but there's probably an even better Zerg playing, and that is, of course, Soulkey. So, insane.
A lot of these new Zergs, man, they're doing really well.
I can't believe how good the games are for today. They're so good. The Round of 8 is insane.
I love it. Tell your friends to tune in, spread the word, whether they know about StarCraft or esports or they don't. This would be a great day to show off, esports in general.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious, though, what new builds are we going to see here. Heart of the Swarm, still a very new game. It's still something we're all trying to figure out. How exactly do you want to play each matchup?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. The world is watching, especially the competitive StarCraft world.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how exactly do you play each matchup. Here today.
Yeah, well, especially PvZ.
But, seriously, excuse me, you're going to have to ask yourself, after today, how does the metagame change on the ladder? It's going to be, it's going to impact everything.
It's going to change for me, man, because I'm going to rip a new build.
I know.
I've been using NanoOz build a lot, but I got to mix something else in now. So we will see about that. I mean, both these players, so great. PartinG, he just kind of always knows how to win. He's kind of like MC was for a long time, where it's like no matter what happens, PartinG knows how to stop it and deal with it and win.
I became even more impressed with him the last time we casted his games. He was really able to engineer some incredible comebacks. But in general, he's just so perfect the way he plays. It's really something else. All right, so here's what the Round of 8 bracket looks like. We got Soulkey versus PartinG, SOS versus Kongho, and then coming up here, I believe it's going to be on Thursday. It says Saturday, but on Thursday, we're going to have Roro, Innovation, Bomber, and Symbol.
That's right. Actually, the final is going to be on Saturday on the 1st of June. But we do that's some really great matches, some great TVZs, and some great ZvPs this week.
Yeah.
So no matter what race you play, you're going to love it.
I really can't wait to see if Innovation is going to get to the finals.
I think he probably is, man. I think he's probably going to beat Roro.
We could have something like an Innovation versus
If
PartinG
Innovation
finals.
beats Roro, he's definitely coming out against Bomber or Symbol.
Yeah.
And the thing is, on this side, though, I have no idea, because I could see Soulkey beating PartinG, but I can't see Kongho beating SOS. And then I could see an Innovation Soulkey finals. I could see that. I could see a PartinG Innovation finals. I could see an SOS Innovation finals.
I can't wait, man. It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Guys, spread the word again. Tell your friends to tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun today. And we're getting closer and closer to match number 1 here out of our our first best of 5 here. And here they are, our 2 players.
That's right. Well, this is going to be awesome, man. 2 of my favorites as far as Protoss and Zerg go. Soulkey has been basically one of the very top Kespa players since they did switch over. And, of course, PartinG recently joining a Kespa team. He is such a badass, still playing just fantastic all the time. Made the group of death. Started it.
Yeah.
He started the snowball
And he
that made
finished
an
it.
avalanche, and he did finish it.
Now,
That is for sure.
I got to say, I think no matter who wins, this should go to 5 games. These guys seem very
I think
evenly
you're
matched.
right. I think you're exactly
I don't see this
correct.
being a 3-0. That's
No.
for sure.
If it's a 3-0, it's in Soulkey's favor, and he figured PartinG out completely, and I don't see that happening because PartinG is so unbelievably good at mind games that I think there's no way to truly figure him out completely.
Yeah.
Because he'll
well
just
said.
switch something. He'll be like, oh, no. He throws a wrench right into your plans.
So as you can see, guys, Soulkey, one of our newer Zergs.
Yeah.
The new age Zergs are dominating now.
Yeah. Definitely a great StarCraft 1 Zerg, and really transitioning so well to StarCraft 2.
Yeah. Things have really changed since the Kespa players have switched over.
Yeah, things have changed for the better. We've had a ridiculous increase in the worldwide skill, especially in Korea. Everyone is pushing everyone else so hard. There's more pro gamers right now than there have ever been in Korea for StarCraft 1. We have a ridiculous amount of StarCraft 2 pros at this moment. And so it's just like this is the most competitive atmosphere that there has been in esports.
Well, with Seoul being the mecca, and then having StarCraft 1 retire itself, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. We're going to have anybody who is interested in RTS games in Korea, which produces the best gamers by far, that's not even up for debate.
No.
Yeah, we got a great pool of people. And that's how we end up with players like we have here at the round of 8.
Indeed,
the
we do.
top 8 players in the world.
These are the scariest people that you can think of, really. I mean, this is an insanely stacked top 8. Even though we had to have, Life and Flash fall out, this is still the best top 8
That's
that we've
how
had.
scary it is that Life and Flash have fallen out.
Yeah.
They weren't able to cut it. Mainly because of this guy right here.
Yeah, mainly because of him, actually. He did actually eliminate both of them, in fact. PartinG, he is the man.
He's good, man.
Well, we have some cool graphs here. As you can see, the Soulkey graph, looking kind of like a Z if you turn your head. And he is Zerg, so that works.
Well, you can see how the length of the game.
You know what I really like about this?
Yeah.
We're showing all their last few games, which includes Pro League games, and that's really great to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that gives you a better... GSL is not the only tournament in the world.
No, it's the most prestigious, but it's not the only one.
Yeah, and there's other things that these guys are playing against great players in. So
as you can see in the center here, we can see how they last as far as wins and losses go, based off how long the game goes. And it looks like they're pretty consistent or pretty evenly matched throughout the the entire game length.
Soulkey actually having all 4 of his losses are against Protoss. These are all just Protoss games. Never mind, sorry. I'm like, stats, Deer, Rain, Zhongbi. I'm like, he's in trouble, Tasteless. No. Okay, never mind.
That's okay. I derped earlier, too, with the date on the, the show. All right, here's our match lineup. Now, remember, the build orders you use on these maps are so important. The order of what games you're going to cheese on, what games do you do. Very standard play. When are you going to try your new strats? The order is going to be Red City, Daybreak, Atlas, Akalon Wastes, and Star Station.
Wow.
We have no stats here for PartinG on Red City or Atlas, by the way.
No, we don't.
We have nothing.
He just happens to not have hit it yet, I guess. I mean, and not on DF Atlas either. He's been playing all the old maps. So we'll see how he does on these newer maps.
All right. It's almost time. Soulkey against PartinG.
Yeah.
The first person to win 3 games is the first to move on to the round of 4.
PartinG is so lighthearted. I was actually reading the chat, and he was talking about eating chicken, and he's laughing when we put the camera on it. Like, this guy, man, he's got nerves of steel. He's light-spirited, lighthearted.
Well, you get different players. Sometimes the ones that are really intense, that pays off.
Yeah.
And they tend to win more. Other people, that stresses them out too much, and that causes them to lose. And I think in PartinG's case, I don't think he does get that stress. He seems to be one of these guys that's got a pretty lighthearted attitude.
Yeah.
And that probably helps out a lot.
I'm sure it does, man. He puts pressure on himself, but not in the bad way.
Yeah.
So, the game is beginning. I am totally stoked, man. What do you think? What's your prediction here? Because I know you said 3-2, but which way?
On this map?
No. Between these two overall.
I think 3-2 PartinG.
3-2 PartinG.
So.
I think that's fair.
But we'll see. All right, it looks like the game is now loading. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. And this is the best esports show of all time, the GSL Code S. Red City. In the upper right, we have our Zerg player, a great Zerg player from StarCraft 1. Here in StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm, he is
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
I love the colors on those keys.
Yeah, it's a really handsome keyboard, no doubt.
It's a blinged out keyboard. In the bottom left, the world champion from last year, he is
SK Telecom T1 PartinG.
The one thing I don't like about the keyboard is it makes me think of yellow teeth.
Yeah. Gotta get those bleached.
Yeah, but that would have to be a shark keyboard for having so many rows.
Do I sound a little bit different from normal? Because I'm still actually sick from that.
I can hear like a slight raspy deeperness in your voice.
If you guys are just now joining us and have been watching the GSL from earlier, I was sick last week. I actually had to miss a cast, which I hate doing. But then I also I stayed sick. I'm still coughing. Still a little feverish. So I was wondering if I sounded different.
Just a little bit. Most people probably can't even notice.
Only you know our
Yes, well,
nobody's heard me talk more than
with
you.
That is true. Sometimes I go home and just turn on a VOD of you, which would be weird because I could just call you because you're my friend, but
it's a little bit creepier when you do it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if he does try to go for any block here. Well, he is continuing to do that, and it looks like the hatchery is now going to go down.
Yeah, that was some good dancing there by Soulkey. Notice he brought 2 drones down, and that's because PartinG's dancing is getting so good that he can go Nexus first, get his Forge, and still be blocking you enough that he can throw a pylon down. We saw that against Life in the last round, and Soulkey was not going to put up with that crap.
Frankly, when that happens, you probably are almost already dead.
You're against a player of PartinG's caliber, I guess so, right? It's a little bit crazy.
It's a little ridiculous.
But you can already see that Soulkey has studied PartinG, and he knows that one drone is not going to be able to stop that probe. No way, Jose.
And it looks like we're going to have the third hatchery planted now. In the most typical place to put a third base.
Yeah. Well, Soulkey playing completely standard PartinG. Completely standard so far. We're going to have to wait until that cybernetics core. So, I'm going to ask you a question. You know, there's a Zerg in every single match in the round of 8. Does Zerg win this GSL? What race do you think actually wins this GSL? Because we have 2 Terrans, 2 Protoss, 4 Zerg.
Actually, you know what I'm going to say is going to be weird? I don't even know if we're going to have a Zerg in the finals.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't.
I could see it going that way.
That's going to happen.
Could be.
Simply because the players from the other races are actually so scary.
Yeah.
And our Zergs are good, but I don't feel like they actually quite outshine these other guys. I feel like it's going to be a PvT finals with PartinG against Innovation.
What a finals that would be.
So good. The internet would break.
People better start taking work off for the first.
Yeah. No kidding.
Just the possibility of that finals, for me, that means vacation time from whatever work you work at. Forget that trip to Bahamas.
Except for us, Artosis. We got to cast that.
Yeah. Well, forget that. I'm taking the day off to watch it.
All right, now it looks like third base is done. Queen got there nicely timed out to get that first larva inject off.
And a Stargate going down immediately.
All very typical.
Yeah. Very, very standard. Now I want to see, is he going to move out with his ult? No, it looks like he's just going to block with it, which is fine. And go in Sentry. Okay, so should be going into either a Void Ray or Phoenixes. Probably Phoenixes.
We have occasionally seen that one Void Ray brought out here to bully away the Overlords, but I got to agree with you, Artosis. I think Phoenixes are the way to go.
I do think so. So,
how many Phoenixes are you getting nowadays?
Well, I normally go up to 5 total.
I've been messing around with 8. It's actually pretty sick.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you can push out with this late, kind of like an immortal push.
Yeah.
The rest of your army. Good force fields.
Cool.
Sort of similar to what PartinG was doing, but he didn't do this as much with the Phoenixes, but
I've been doing a little bit of 5 Phoenixes into 2 Immortal, 2 Colossus all in.
That's a good build,
pretty
too.
Nice.
That's not what I messed around with a lot, but that is a good build.
We've seen it a lot in the GSL recently, so.
Well, pretty much what I'm going to be doing now is whatever I copy from PartinG here in this game. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm holding my. I don't always like to copy PartinG builds because, and by the way, he sent the Phoenix out immediately, which is interesting. Because a lot of the times you save up to 3 or 4, but it's becoming more and more standard to actually see this, where they're immediately saying, you know what, I'm just going to start killing overlords, force the spores a bit earlier.
Well, you know what I think it is? It's so standard to get Phoenixes now. I think you could probably gain more from just coming out and attacking with them.
You might be right there. And with the new range, to be honest, the Spore Crawler in the middle of the mineral line does not stop you from killing drones with every lift.
That's absolutely true.
That's something I've certainly found, that it is easy to still get all your drone kills. It's just harder to get queens.
All right. Unfortunately, Soulkey did not put his overlords anywhere safe here, despite seeing the Phoenixes pretty early on.
Well,
he needs to target that drone.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
That'd be quite a waste of a lift there.
Nicely done.
Taking a few more hits than maybe he absolutely needed to, but you know, he's very busy multitasking elsewhere. We do have the Hydralisk Den on the way right now. And as far as...
Interesting, pretty late Mothership Core there.
Yeah, that is pretty late, but...
I think people are getting the Mothership Core so early. Maybe you didn't need to get it that early against Zerg. I guess if you're getting a quick third base, if you're trying to sneak that out...
I guess there's no reason to use it, really, unless you're going to move out with some ground units when you see that there's a third base. It's not needed that early. So, you know what I really like here is that PartinG is going away from the normal grind of the matchup, and in fact that did just get scouted, but instead of going right into Robo, he's gone into Twilight in a third base and going straight into Blink.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a cool, versatile way to handle this situation, where normally you're going to see Colossus play.
Well, you know what's interesting about it? He can get a lot of Stalkers out now and probably defend from Mutas pretty easily.
Yeah, between the Phoenixes and Blink Stalkers, I would say that wouldn't be any problem. And what's kind of even neater about this to me is the way that the base is shaped around the natural and the third base. This makes a lot of sense versus instead of Colossus Tech, because if you do go up Colossus Tech, you know they're probably just going to jump into Vipers reasonably quickly, and then you have to go into High Templars, and basically you know how the game is going to play out. But here with the quick blink, you know the Vipers aren't really going to be that useful. Thank you.
I thought more were going to die. That was my sick play-by-play.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
this is a cool build. I like this for this map and the shape of this map and the current state of the metagame.
Now we have the Phoenixes pulling back. Stalkers now grouping up.
Yeah, those Phoenixes.
As Blink is going to finish here, and 2 more gases.
Yeah. The Phoenixes will probably continue to poke a little bit here and there. Of course, they were just checking for Hive at that moment, and he does know about the 4th base, so that's good.
All right, some Roaches and Hydras now coming down here. He could actually try to do a little bit of pressure. I feel like, though, against PartinG, probably not a good idea. Then again, the second base is not really defended at all. There's a cannon there.
Yeah, he's going to have to get into position against any incoming attacks coming up, because otherwise he could be in a lot of trouble. This is a huge amount of supply from Soulkey. In fact, he might just max out here pretty soon. And PartinG is only at 123, and I mean that's what you would expect with the tech decisions and speed of expansion he's made so far.
This is that phase of the game where Protoss can't leave his base.
Yeah.
Zerg, simply put, has too much. You can see he's now opening up various areas here on PartinG's side of the map so that he can counter at any angle he wants to, which is going to make it very tough for Protoss to leave.
Well, the army is beginning to move down a bit. We'll see what he does with it. He's almost maxed out, and he is getting that infestation pit.
All right, Nexus cannon going up.
And he's hitting 2 places at once. Now, nice force fields going down.
And it looks like PartinG might actually defend both areas here.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing okay. You know, these small chokes make these types of attacks pretty hard, but he doesn't have splash damage, don't forget. That is a big deal.
I spoke too soon here. It looks like he might be able to get this Nexus over here. Getting lower. Nice blinking in here on top. That may... No. Oh my god, he will hold.
Yeah, it looks like it for now, but hold on. We do have that attack at the front. The natural coming in once again, killing off quite a few units. In fact, he's going to get a nice free Immortal right there.
Yeah, that Immortal on a move command right now. And it is taken out. Oh no, the cannon's taken out. The Nexus goes down.
Yeah, and look at this. It looks like Soulkey gonna break through. PartinG is down to about 100 supply with only 2 bases against 4. This is a terrible situation.
Yeah, it really is. And now, as you can see, Stalker's beginning to blink back here. And you know what? I think he's just barely gonna. Well, let's see. It looks like he's just barely gonna break him. More links coming up here now. Now it's only Stalkers right now. He does have that Immortal in the back. But you can see, if you look at the mini-map, a parade of more Zerg units just coming down here. That's it. GG.
Well played by
Wow.
Soulkey. You know, that was an interesting one because, as I was talking about before, the choice for Blink was kind of cool because of the way that map's set up. But he showed why you normally go Colossus. If PartinG had gone very standard into Robo and then into Colossus in third base, well, Soulkey probably doesn't even do that attack because he realizes, oh, this isn't really going to work. The splash damage is going to be too great. But then, of course, you know, it goes into that Viper type of play. So PartinG, with this different type of build, though, showing its weakness, that a really quick max Zerg army off of Lings, Roaches, and Hydras is going to be hard to deal with.
I feel like PartinG could have held that if he wasn't, if he was in a map where he couldn't be attacked in 2 places at once as easily. You know what I mean? With proper force fields, he could have bought out some more time.
Maybe.
But, you know, once he saw that second base starting to get hit, and there was just too many Zerg units everywhere.
It's hard to have enough force fields, even in tight chokes like that, to dice everything up.
Yep.
Because, you know, he's playing with basically just Stalkers there, which, if you don't lose your whole army and you can hold those bases, that's such a great, strong opening. It gives you such a solid foundation for your death ball later on. But in this case, Soulkey just way too strong with that attack. You know, it's a hard thing to hold off with that army. But if, you know, maybe he goes back to normal play, gets Colossus this game.
We'll see. He's probably going to do something completely different here. Daybreak, though, a map he's got a lot of experience on. We've seen PartinG do very well in this map prior.
Oh, certainly. The third base on this map, pretty easy to take. Of course, you know, we could see the Soul Train at some point. Good old Immortal all-ins, man. That is PartinG's forte, but not sure that he'll use any. It's really been kind of dying out a little bit. Zergs have gotten good at scouting it, good at stopping it.
Yeah, it's I think everybody, you know, when you win the World Championships, doing that. I think it's got enough attention that good Zerg should have a plan for it by now, but we'll see. Remember, guys, it's a best of 5, not a best of 3, because we are in the round of 8 here.
That is right.
PartinG still has a reasonable chance to come back. But you got to say, look at Soulkey at the start of that game. It was a simple game, that last one, but it was pretty impressive nonetheless.
All right. Looks like our players are ready, Tasteless.
All right, so let's get this going. Seoul, Korea, the mecca of esports, bringing you the best StarCraft 2 action in the entire world here at GOMTV.net.